just a short time ago, things were as celebratory as they could possibly be at North Texas. This is a team that played Tulane to go to the college football playoff to win the American championship. They obviously came up short in that game, but a 12-2 season, the first time they had ever had a double-digit win season in the history of the Mean Green. Drew Mestemaker at quarterback. They were one of the teams that was the talk of the nation at the end of the season. And now things look a lot different going into 2026. We're going to get into that today on the You Think You Know Sports podcast. Obviously, you found us today, but if you are looking for future or previous episodes of this podcast, you can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, other places as well, YouTube. This podcast got its start because of a TikTok page where I have 10,000 followers. We talk college football, college basketball, and the NFL. So I hope you'll find us on all of those social media outlets that are out there. And then the website is youthinkyouknowsports.com. It's spelled just like the name of this podcast. Hope that you'll go check it out for more analysis on North Texas and the other teams in the American, as well as every team in college football. We're going through all of them this offseason. On this June 5th, 2026, as I do this podcast, man, do things look a lot different for the Mean Green. Eric Morris is gone to Oklahoma State. Drew Mestemaker is gone to Oklahoma State. Neil Brown is now the head coach. The former West Virginia and Troy head coach has come over to lead the Mean Green. Brown is 72-51 as a head coach. A lot of that success came from when he was at Troy for 4 years. He was 35-16 there. He was 37-35 at West Virginia. His best year with the Mountaineers was 2023 when they went 9-4, but they came back in 2024 and went 6-6. So now he is back at the non-power 4 level here in FBS. This North Texas team, when I say it's going to look a lot different, guys, I can't emphasize that more than by saying, I don't know how to use the verbiage. There are no returning starters, okay? None. Zero. Not one single starter is back for the Mean Green. Everybody left or graduated. At quarterback, Mestemaker is likely going to be replaced by Taven Jackson. It kind of made me laugh. One of the preseason magazines, I don't remember which one, and I don't want to call them out because they all do a really good job, didn't even list Taven Jackson as one of the quarterback options for North Texas. The former Tennessee, Indiana, and UCF quarterback, man, imagine saying that sentence 10 years ago. Yeah, the former Tennessee, Indiana, and UCF quarterback is the most experienced quarterback on the roster. He completed 63% of his passes last year, over 2,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 8 picks. He also had 15 carries, 85 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's going to be competing with Chris Jimerson, who was on North Texas last year, only threw 2 passes, and East Carolina transfer Chaston Ditta, who completed 50% of his passes, 3 touchdowns last year in 4 games. Now, Ditta was 8 of 17, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns versus Pittsburgh in the Military Bowl. Caton Hauser, the former East Carolina starter, is now at Illinois. So Ditta got a little bit of playing time in the bowl game against the Pittsburgh Panthers, obviously a ACC Power 4 school. So, look, I think it's going to be interesting to see who ends up winning this job between these 3 guys. Obviously, Jackson is the most experienced. He's also the most well-traveled. Listen, you need somewhere to eat between Indiana and North Texas, or Central Florida and North Texas. You might want to ask Taven Jackson because he has been all around, man. All around different places, and maybe he's found the right home now with North Texas, a team that certainly needs a quarterback as they try to rebuild this thing under Neil Brown. Jaheim White is likely going to be the guy who is leading this offense, right? The running back. He has over 1,800 yards in his career at West Virginia. Played for Neil Brown there. So he's following his former head coach over to North Texas. He was limited, very limited last year with a knee injury, barely played. So we'll see if he can get healthy and be the guy that he was 2 years ago and 3 years ago. At wide receiver, they've got a couple options. Baron Tipton is back, and then they've got a UAB transfer and Corey Milliner, who had 816 yards over 3 years. Okay, 6 new offensive linemen. They brought in a guy from Texas who is likely to play a big role. I'm going to butcher his name, forgive me, Uomazulu. And then Chandler Strong from Georgia Southern had 30 starts, who brings experience, right? That's what you're looking for. You want experience. North Texas was not good against the run last year on defense. 130th. They were the 8th best in pass defense. Again, I don't think it matters what they did last year. This is a brand new looking team, but I do want to point out they got to be better against the run this year. Terrell Washington, and then linebackers Aaron Alexander and Zakai Baker. Alexander from Arkansas State, Baker from SMU are coming in. They've also got twins, Caden and Cameron Jenkins, following their defensive coordinator, Matt Prowledge, over from Baylor, who will probably have a key role on the defense. They opened the season. So this team that was barely out of the playoff last year, but returns no starters, opens its season against the worst possible matchup, Indiana. Yeah, they're going to Bloomington to play the defending national champions, who didn't lose at all last year, by the way. Then they play UNLV week 2. UNLV is going to be a team that a lot of people think is going to be a playoff contender out of the Mountain West. They play at Texas State September 19th. Go back home to play Houston Christian. At Tulsa October 1st. Charlotte 9 days later on October 10th. We've already broken down the 49ers on here. Navy on October 24th. The team many people consider to be the favorite, and that's a road game for North Texas. Then back-to-back home games against Florida Atlantic and Rice. I don't love the FAU game being 5 days after the Navy game, but at least the FAU and Rice games are back-to-back at home. Then they go on the road to UTSA and Tulane, both very difficult road challenges for this North Texas team, and they finish the year against UAB. I think it's going to be a pretty rough season for North Texas. I do like the hire of Neil Brown. I think it makes a lot of sense. He's obviously won, at the non-power 4 level pretty well. He knows how to build things like he did at Troy, but I think it's going to take some time. We'll see. Maybe they surprise us. Maybe they surprise us and have a much better year than what I am currently believe that they will. Guys, I'd love to hear from you on all my social media locations. Tell me what you think about this North Texas team. Are they going to surprise us this year, or are they going to be about what we think, which is maybe a bowl team, maybe a little bit better? We'll see, but it's certainly not going to be in the double-digit win category again. I'd love to hear from you. Again, hope you'll check me out at youthinkyouknowsports.com, and I appreciate you listening. The next team in the American we'll get to is Rice. We're also posting new episodes on the Big Ten as we continue to preview both of those. We've also gone through the ACC already, so hope you'll check out all of that analysis as well. Thanks for listening, guys. See you around.